A few things will happen very soon. 1. Many people will die. 2. You'll be blamed for their death. Now, I'm going to spare you from my normal mumbling and tell you how you can get away from murder charges. The possible mass casualty will be in Puerto Rico. Actually, many have already died. We just don't know. But if we don't do something quick, many more will die. Most of Puerto Rico is still without electricity. People have to walk hours to get drinking water. I mean, the young and the healthy may walk, but imagine what may happen to the old and the sick. You go figure. In my last video, I said news on Puerto Rico will soon stop. That has not yet happened, but it may just be a matter of days. However, I predict a finger pointing to local government. Just 4 hours after my video released, President Trump blamed the mayor of San Juan for wanting everything. And guess what? Many of the U.S. residents agreed. Isn't 10,000 help workers not enough? Even though they arrived a week after Maria hit, why do they still want everything? The answer is simple: because they have nothing. In this world, most people won't help unless they get something. So let me show you what you will get if we help and what we will lose if we don't. Number 1, our superpower. Do you know how much it costs the United States to become the world's superpower? 170,000 American lives during World War I and 400,000 during World War II, not counting $132 billion to restore the war-torn Europe after the war. What do you think the world would look at us if we can't help the 3.5 million citizens on an island? Number 2, further escalation of racial tension. If you think racial tension is bad now, wait till mass death is reported from Puerto Rico. Yes, we can blame God, as Maria came under God's will, but do you think Hispanic Americans will accept that? Who do you think the 5 million Puerto Ricans living in the mainland USA will do? Peace. Number 3, changed political landscape. People with enough money to buy a plane or a boat ticket will leave Puerto Rico. After all, there is nothing there but sorrow left. Whichever state they move to, you can bet on them holding grudges against the government and the people watching them dying. Who do you think they'll vote for? Number 4, the Forbidden Island. If you own a house in Puerto Rico that was destroyed by hurricanes, will you rebuild it? There is no power, no water, no infrastructure, no skilled labor, and you just had a front row seat on what may happen after the next hurricane. Do you still want to live there? Even if you decide to stay, do you think any bank will loan you money to rebuild? With nothing but debris left, Puerto Rico will soon be a forbidden island. Why bring this up? There's nothing we can do about it. Wrong. We can still help. They don't have to die under our watch. President Trump accused the mayor of San Juan of asking too much, instead of giving them everything they need. How about just give enough to keep them alive? I know it sounded cruel, but it's better than being blamed for their death, right? Number 2. It is impossible to build a hospital overnight, and even if you do, there is no power to run them. But the hurricane probably forced cruise liners to cancel hundreds of their trips. Maybe they'll be glad to get orders from government to function as temporary floating hospitals. You may ask, how can we fill the boats with medical staffs? How about offering temporary visas for nurses and doctors from other countries? Give them temporary visas so they can work for Puerto Rico, and only in Puerto Rico. Maybe they will join the rebuilding after the crisis is over. After all, you must come from a worse place to appreciate the life on a destroyed Puerto Rico, right? MVP. I know you may think my ideal is crazy, but think again. The boats have beds, clean water, AC, and satellite phones. Isn't that what we need? We don't need to provide free hotel accommodations, just space for the ill patients so their conditions do not get worse. The longer we wait, the more it will cost us. If we don't act soon, we may look at each other and see blood in our hands. We can't afford to take all the sick patients from Puerto Rico, but we also can't watch them die. We may not have resources to help them, but we need to at least try. This is Kevin Casey. Thank you for watching.